Hello, I'm Stephen. I'm the project manager for GF Tomlinson on the Oscott Manor School. My main priority is to get the job from being a drawing up to the full build of the school. To become a project manager, you don't necessarily have to go to university. So for me, I started off as a joiner, then I went up to a foreman, and then I moved on to site management, now a project manager. I have been to college to do a CIOB course, and some other project managers decide to go through the route of university through doing a degree. But just to say to everybody, you don't have to always go to university to progress in the building trade.
My name's Rob Sullivan. I'm the Senior Contracts Manager. My responsibility is to oversee this project. I also oversee several other projects at the same time. My main role is to make sure the project runs to programme, that we deliver a quality project for the client, and of course that we work safely throughout our time on site. My link to the school is to make sure they're fully informed of progress on site all throughout the project, and it's really important from us as GF Tomlinson to make sure that we keep them fully in the loop about where progress is at so they can make suitable plans. We also want to make sure they're enjoying the educational experience with the site as well, so we try and create some site visits and keep the children informed with what we're doing on site. My training for the job has been quite a journey from being a young 16-year-old where I started off as a joiner some 35 years ago. Following that I got made up to a supervisory level, and over the last few years I've been promoted through site manager, working on site like Steve Green was, and then I got promoted about 10 years ago to a contracts manager, and I've worked for the last 10 years supervising projects. Pros and cons of my job in the industry are the really great things are to see quality buildings being produced, and of course at handover stage see the excitement of the client utilising a brand new building and creating some great opportunities for children in the educational sector. Some of the negatives, not too many really. The weather is a horrible thing in construction, and the frustration that brings when it's raining and it's snowing and we can't carry on with our work, you know, that's a real sort of negative. But yeah, very little negatives really.
The specialist clothing you have to wear on a building site, and this is very, very important, you've got to keep safe. So we wear gloves. These aren't to keep your hands warm, these are to protect your hands. We wear high-vis clothing so people around can see you. We wear a hard hat which stops anything from hitting your head. So we also wear boots, which I've got on, which are steel toe caps, and we also like to have the Tomlinson logo which is on my hat, which this shows everybody around the site that the company you work for.
My name is Rob Rattigan, I'm design manager working for Tomlinson's, and my link with the school is I manage our design team in producing a brand new design for Oscott Manor. What I did was took our design team through the design of a brand new facility from the beginning, taking the school through what they wanted for their new facility. In my role as a design manager, it's quite diverse in terms of what I do. So in a typical week, I spend a couple of days in the office, and then I'm out on construction sites working with the guys who deliver the project. So I do coordination meetings with our guys on site as well.
So my job is a site manager on site, and my role entails the day-to-day management of the project, looking after the subcontractors on site and making sure that everything is done as and when it should be and everything's conducted in a safe manner. Okay, so prior to starting with Tomlinson's, I was at college doing a trades and labour course, and at the time the company was doing some refurbishment works on the college I was going to. I managed to land a work experience placement with the company for a week, and whilst doing that I learned there was a lot more to the industry than just trades and labour, and there was the professional side of the industry. Whilst doing that I then just managed to get myself a apprenticeship with the company. What that entails is they then send you to college, where you'll do your sort of A-level equivalent BTEC in the built environment. You'll then do a 3-year foundation degree with the company before completing your degree with the final 2 years at Nottingham Trent University.
The training requirements for my job, currently as an apprentice, I go to college and study a quantity surveying course. To work on the site itself, you obviously need a CSCS card, which I've obviously done to be here. And then you can go on to any further training, whether that be uni or you know, any other cards that you want to get within the job role. So like when I was at school, I didn't really understand the construction industry. I thought, you know, it's bricklayers and carpentry work. So this is a really big difference from when I was at school, because I just went into like business admin and I thought, yeah, that's the way I want to go, that's the route I want to take. And then as I developed more in the company, I became a trainee quantity surveyor, and it's been a really like big eye-opener for how it works on site and how like we all like work together to get like a job done, whether it's small or large. So yeah, I'd say take the opportunity. Don't just think, oh yeah, I'm going to be stuck like this going forward. You know, if you want to go do it, and don't let anything stop you. In my role, you know, with all the money side and that, you need to know maths and calculations for like drawings and stuff like that. So it is important to get your grades, and you know, English, you know, communicating with people every day. It's good to have them skills behind you.
One of the really good things that I enjoy about my role is that legacy that I leave behind. So, for instance, Oscott Manor School, it's going to be such a fantastic facilities that the young people will get to use. And that's one of the big things I enjoy about my role. It's really important to leave something behind, and that gives me a lift. So when I come back to look at the school in years to come and see lots of smiling kids and them enjoying the facility, that gives me a big lift in the job that I do.